Let's finally make your social media plan super simple, something that you can actually follow and stick with. I'm going to show you an exact plan you can follow without adding a lot of time to your schedule. If you're here because you love when things are strategic and powerful and have you have an amazing real estate business, but also an amazing life, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos or plans. My name is Alisia Krastel, and we're going to get started. We're going to look today at exactly what your next week posting schedule could be like and what you could do to replicate that each week. Having been a real estate agent for 16 years in Maryland, I have a presence on social media and get leads almost daily, and I've helped hundreds and hundreds of agents formulate their plan around them so they get leads also. So I know this works and I know it will work for you. You're going to want to stick around to the end because I'm going to show you how to make any of these posts seller specific or buyer specific and be able to shift that back and forth really easily. We're going to lay out exactly what topics they could be, what you can record or photograph, and then what platforms they can go on and how. First thing we're going to do is look at your next week's schedule. What do you have going on? Do you have a home inspection or an open house? Are you simply pulling comps on the computer? What are you doing that's real estate related next week? The first domino is seeing what you're doing and see, could we do a story every day about something that you're doing, even if we were just looking up something on the computer? And by story, I mean a vertical, either video, picture, or post that you can put up on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook, and they can all be the same. Since we know you're going to an inspection, we're going to pull out the phone, do a vertical video that's quick, just saying that you're at the inspection at such and such town, period, that you're actually doing this behind the scenes. If you're reviewing the inspection the next day, you could record yourself or take a picture of reviewing the inspection, preparing the PIN or the repair notice, depending on what it's called where you are. Each day there'll be something for you to share with your audience that you're doing real estate, and that's evidence of success. If it's an open house or a property tour, same thing. Just recording what you're actually doing, taking a picture of what you're doing. Maybe you see something interesting. Maybe it's a model home and you are able to take some pictures of the beautiful model and just post that you were there or that you love the wallpaper. That's a story every day, showing people that you're in real estate. Now, if we're going to take that, we're going to use what you did that week and those stories as a jumping off point. We already have the story, so I know we can do a vertical video that's a little bit more in depth. You give a little bit more information for Instagram, for TikTok, for Facebook, and if you're doing YouTube Shorts. So that gives you at least one video or longer post for those platforms for the week. Then you can take one of them and formulate just slightly different for LinkedIn. So if it's at the inspection and we're talking about the most common repairs, you can make a simple post with a picture on LinkedIn that says the most common repair for home inspections that I've had in the last X time is this. And you can always add a question at the end of that. What have you seen? I'm going to keep with this topic to make it easy so you can really keep your weeks really focused. Let's do a static post or a picture about something to do with an inspection, maybe things that sellers need to look out at. Now let's add a post for Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook, or all three. That's a static post, which means like a picture. Take a picture of something that you had during an inspection that is not identifying the house and list things that sellers should make sure are fixed prior to inspection. When you do this, I'm encouraging you not to use the word seller when you post that. You want to say homeowner, or when you list your home, make sure this. Make sure that you fix these three things because they're pinged all the time. Because that's catching a seller before they're a seller. And no seller, no homeowner who's going to list calls themselves seller. So it's just what we've already done. It's 5 stories, 3 posts, and now 3 more static posts for Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook if you choose to do them there. But it's not any more time. You didn't have to go anywhere special. You're at the same spot, right? We're talking about the same topic. If you want to go for a 3rd post for that week on those platforms, you can talk about how long it takes for inspections. How long should you be planning for inspections? And even you might throw in the cost range. And that can be a picture or a video. The optional bigger pieces that you have there is on LinkedIn, if you'd rather do a newsletter, that would be amazing. And you can use that newsletter for your email for your sphere. And I have a video about how to do that newsletter if you want. And I realize that's going to take a little bit more time. So it's optional, right? If you want to do a newsletter, go for it. If you do not, don't do it. You're still going to have a big impact. Then a longer video for YouTube. And I'm going to let you know there's some research involved in YouTube. So if that's something you want to do, we're going to have to research the topics, but you could make a video on inspections and how to prepare your home as a homeowner before you list it to put it in the best light. and make the most money. The bonus one that not very many people do is go live. If you go live once a week, and whatever you're doing, let's say you're at the inspection, you're gonna go live about inspections. Have an idea of what you're gonna talk about so you're not just on there going, oh, I guess I'm just gonna answer everybody's questions. Talk about what your inspectors find. Talk about what it's like, how much it costs, how long it takes. And that's your topic for the day. So it's already planned for you. You can take 30 to 60 minutes and you can do it on Instagram, you can do it on Facebook, you can do it on TikTok, you can do it on YouTube. When people have seen you on social media a little bit and then they see you live and they're able to interact with you, that just solidifies that you are who you are and they trust you so much more and it helps convert. I almost always, when I do a live, have someone reaching out to me afterward having a conversation either about real estate or coaching. You're at 14 posts for the week or videos without including the LinkedIn newsletter or the YouTube video or the live. So just imagine if you did the 14 posts plus those, this is a huge sprint for you. And I hope you see that even if you picked a couple, this would still be very impactful. Which one would you like me to break down more on exactly how to do? Happy to do it. Let me know in the comments. And I'm going to show you on a calendar here what this looks like before we get into how to tailor these posts and videos to a buyer and seller. You have stories every 5 days a week that could go on any platform. That's short form vertical. You have static posts that could go on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook. Could potentially have an additional LinkedIn post or newsletter, YouTube video, and or a live stream. Don't forget about the live stream. People tend to freak out, but really they just want to connect with you as a human, that you do not have to be perfect. You don't have to look great. You don't have to fill all of the air. And then once you do that next week, you plan this out, maybe Thursday or Friday, then you look for the next week. Oh, the next week you are showing houses. Then we're going to do everything around showing houses. Let's have a theme and make it easy for you. Okay, so how do you tailor these posts and videos to seller specific versus buyer specific, regardless of what you're doing? So if you're at a home inspection for a buyer, but you want it to be seller specific, you're gonna think, what does the seller need to know? They need to know what repairs need to be made to help protect them, to save them money, to save them time, to help them not fall out of contract. They might need to know that a home warranty might help them during home inspection. You always think about buyers, but where I am, a home warranty can protect the seller too at inspection time. You may talk about a binder that sellers have and how useful that is for buyers, how it just sets a seller apart when they have all that information up front for buyers when they do the showing. So flip it to the buyer side. That's a little easier because you're there for the buyers. You're figuring out, what do they need to pay attention to? How long do they need to be there? How much does it cost? Things that the buyer would be interested in and need to know. See how easy it is just to flip them? That's for an inspection, but how about an open house? How do you make an open house for seller specific or homeowner specific? You could post about what makes a homeowner a rock star for an open house, like if they've left things, if they've left little notes, or if they've left cookies, any kind of tips for the homeowner or for your potential new listing. Prep a homeowner, right? Like if you're thinking about selling your home in the future, this is what you should expect. Like there might be a light on, there people might be coming through, you might have nobody. Like what should they expect? You can also talk about the marketing on the open house and how the marketing that you've done has gotten buyers in, or you flip it over to the buyer side. But every single post you ever do can be seller specific or buyer specific. It's just what intention you have about it and how you think about it. So if you're looking for listings, post more about sellers and tweak it. If you want buyers, tweak it to buyers. I am scheduling these things through Later, which is a social media platform scheduler. It's like $25 a month, and it lets you put the post right in where you want it, what date, and then write the captions for it. You can do this by hand. Later's something that's helped me. If you'd like, I'll link it below. If this video has helped you, make sure you hit the thumbs up and comment. Let me know what you'd like to see or how this helped you. And make sure you subscribe so you can check out the next video I'm gonna break down exactly what a 30-day plan would be for doing a new construction community to help you get clients.